They want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedoms. They're not coming after me, they're coming after you, and I just happen to be standing in their way.
In modern American politics, one name stands above others, both for acclaim and controversy: Donald J. Trump. While his presidency and the events that followed left a trail of upheaval, Trump's influence on millions of Americans has endured. But what makes Trump so popular, even in the face of relentless controversies and opposition? To answer this, we need to dive into the complex mix of identity, emotion, and political landscape that keeps his base loyal. Donald Trump's rise to the White House in 2016 was seen by many as a surprise, even an anomaly. But to those who felt left behind by the traditional political system, Trump represented something different, something relatable. Many Americans, particularly those in rural and industrial regions, felt the sting of economic stagnation, diminishing job prospects, and declining community resources. They wanted someone to fight for their interests. Donald Trump's message was crafted to do just that.
We're losing everything, including viability. We're going to end up in a depression based on what's been happening.
For these voters, Trump wasn't just a politician, he was a populist, willing to speak directly to them in a way that other candidates weren't.
We will make America great again.
And while "Make America Great Again" may have become a controversial slogan, for millions, it represented a yearning for a more prosperous past and a secure future. The anti-establishment stance is nothing new in politics, but Trump's version of it is distinct. He doesn't just criticize Washington, he dissects it. He rails against career politicians, media elites, and even members of his own party. His critique of the deep state and the so-called swamp in Washington resonated with those who saw bureaucracy as ineffective or outright harmful. To his supporters, Trump's clashes with powerful institutions don't appear as failures or flaws. Instead, they validate the belief that he is one of them, a rare figure who dares to challenge the powers that be, sometimes at great personal and professional cost. And it is that personal cost, the willingness to take on criticism and controversy, that strengthens his image as a leader willing to do what others won't. Trump has long been known for his unorthodox relationship with the media. Long before he entered politics, he was a master of self-promotion, known for commanding headlines and controlling narratives. This ability to generate media attention on demand is a crucial part of his staying power. And social media, especially Twitter, gave him a direct line to millions, unfiltered. Through his tweets and televised statements, Trump bypassed the gatekeepers of traditional news and reached out directly to his audience. This constant media presence, often seen as controversial, paradoxically ensured that Trump was always in the spotlight. For supporters, each tweet and statement wasn't just news. It was a moment of engagement, a way to be connected to his worldview. More than just a politician, Trump became an icon, one that millions of Americans identified with on a deeply personal level. This identity connection goes beyond mere policy alignment. For many, supporting Trump is not just about agreeing with his positions. It's about defending a shared identity and worldview. Trump's political messaging often centers around an us versus them narrative. His supporters see themselves as part of a unique tribe, united against perceived threats from liberal elites, the media, and the globalist political establishment. For them, criticism of Trump feels like criticism of their own values, and so they rally around him even when controversies arise. Among the issues closest to Trump's base is the economy. Under Trump's administration, supporters point to tax cuts, deregulation, and a booming pre-pandemic stock market as evidence of his success. Even as critics argue that these policies benefited the wealthy, many of Trump's supporters felt their impacts personally. For business owners, entrepreneurs, and working-class supporters, the economy became a cornerstone of his popularity. Trump's economic policies were portrayed as a return to American strength, echoing his promise to make America great again. And while economic success is complex and multi-layered, the perception of prosperity is often enough to cement political loyalty. Law and order have always been central to conservative messaging, but Trump's emphasis on these themes tapped into deeper societal fears and tensions. His approach to immigration, his promises to strengthen the borders, and his staunch support for law enforcement became rallying points for his base. To his supporters, Trump's focus on border security and law enforcement represented a commitment to protecting American values and sovereignty. This stance helped him build a bond with voters concerned about safety and national identity, reinforcing the belief that he was uniquely positioned to secure the nation. In Trump's world, every investigation, every accusation, and every critique fits into a single narrative: the witch hunt. This framing has helped him maintain a remarkable ability to deflect criticism and even turn it to his advantage. The impeachment trials, the ongoing investigations, and the media scrutiny have, paradoxically, often strengthened his base's resolve to defend him. Supporters see Trump as a man under siege, a political figure willing to face down forces intent on destroying him. For his base, these controversies become evidence of his authenticity, a sign that he is willing to fight, even when it seems the odds are stacked against him. And when he claims the system is out to silence him, they believe it, because they feel that way too. Trump's skill at framing issues in simple, direct terms helps him resonate with a base that often feels disconnected from political complexities. Whether on the campaign trail or at rallies, his messages are clear, emotional, and memorable. This simplicity appeals to those who feel that Washington's language and policies are far removed from everyday life. His narrative style doesn't just communicate policy, it communicates a worldview, one in which his supporters see themselves as key players in a broader struggle for the soul of America. And in this struggle, Trump remains at the forefront, a symbol of resistance against a changing world that often feels foreign to his base. Donald Trump's popularity isn't a simple product of charisma or policy. It's a complex blend of identity, loyalty, mistrust, and media mastery. For his supporters, he isn't just a politician. He's a figurehead in a battle to protect their values, their jobs, and their version of America. And so, as long as these sentiments endure, so too will Trump's place in American politics.